Alright, today we're going to show you how to use and activate your new menu engine once you've completed purchase of one of the menu engine purchase links on the site. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to be redirected to this landing page where it says open my menu engine. You can simply click that, or if you didn't wait for the redirect, you can go to shared drive on Google by clicking the 9 dots up in the top by your avatar, clicking shared with me, and it should be listed right there. So go ahead and click Get My Sheet. It should direct you to a landing page where it gives you a little bit of instruction on how to deal with the menu engine. It tells you to click the Instructions tab down here to begin, and then the arrows in the bottom right to interact with the menu engine. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click Instructions to begin. Alright, once you're here, there's a very detailed set of instructions on how to interact with the menu engine for every tab at the bottom of each menu engine. Okay, so if you ever have any questions about any tab, you simply refer back to this page and it'll tell you what to do. There's some warnings about what not to do and how to fix it if you do them, and then exactly how to use what's called the control panel right here that you'll see strewn about the menu engine in different areas. So we're going to click that. You just hover and then click. This is how you interact with the menu engine. This is how you will print new recipe cards, new base cards, and rebuild your menu and usable ingredient lists. So let's go ahead and do a base card, which would be for all sauces or things that you put inside of your recipes. Let's go ahead and do a new recipe card. And once that's done, it runs a little script. We'll go back to our menu engine, and you'll see at the bottom, using these arrows to access, we've got a new base card and a new recipe card. Okay, we'll be back to those in a minute. The next tab is going to be your company info tab. You're welcome to fill this out just for identification purposes. It'll help you organize your sheets and help us know who owns each menu engine. Next tab is going to be the settings tab. You've got to fill this out to set the settings properly for your menu engine and results. You'll go ahead and set your target food cost percentage. We've got some suggestions right here. Then you'll set each area of menu to your target percentage. You've got appetizers, entrees, and desserts. The idea being that this percentage is at or less than your target food cost percentage. Below that, you've got all your delivery partners available. You'll input whether or not they are active, yes or no here, and any local partners you've got here, and then the percentage they charge and any additional fees per order here. Then in here, you'll put how much it costs to make an item to go, bags, forks, napkins, knives, things like that. And then you can either turn off our proprietary smart pricing, or you can leave it on, which we suggest doing because it rounds your menu price to a psychological level that's proven to sell more frequently. Tab 3 is your catalog. This is where you'll put your entire order guide broken down into the largest usable unit that you want, and then it'll break it down for you. So you'll simply put the category it goes in, the item name, how many come in that case of that product, the unit that you want it to be broken down by, and then the case pack price. So for example, you've got chicken thighs, 40 pounds come in a case. The case is $100. You've got a case of sauce cups. There are 500 eaches in that case. You've got coconut milk. There are 6 gallons in that case for $60. The one things you'll run into is that you'll have to do some math for things like sriracha. So what you could do is you could either divide the case price. Let's say there's 6 in a case. You could divide this price by 6, or you could take the total fluid ounces of each 28-ounce bottle. So let's say there's 6 28s. You'd put that number in here. You simply do the math of 6 28-ounce bottles, which is 168 ounces, and you would put that in here, and then the total case price here. So you've got 2 ways you can break it down. Then also be mindful of the differences in weight. You've got dry measurements and wet measurements. Make sure it's a dry or a wet for the type of ingredient that you're putting in, because you have to recall that same measurement when you're building your recipes. The next thing is going to be a base card template and a recipe card template. These are going to be left blank and locked because these are what we duplicate. In order for you to make new base cards and new recipe cards, you'll simply type the name into cell B3 after you create a new one. This cell is going to stay completely blank. All you're going to use is the open control panel here to open that control panel we were at already and create new cards. Okay, you can do that from every recipe card or every base card. So for example, we've already got 2 in here. We've got a steak taco in here and a sriracha aioli in here as for examples for you. You'll be able to click on your new ones the control panel button. So like we created the base card earlier and the recipe card earlier, they have these, so I can simply just keep clicking these to create new ones as I build my menu. So let's go ahead and create a pork taco, for example, for you. Pork taco, we hit enter, and you'll see that the sheet itself should rename itself down here. You never want to touch these down here. It renamed itself to pork taco, and we want to build another sauce to use. We're going to go, oops, sorry, that was a sauce. That's an item. So we're going to do a bang bang sauce, and we're going to do, it'll automatically rename, and then the recipe card would be for a, let's call it a sweet and spicy pork taco. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to build a sauce in the amount of quantity that I use in my kitchen that I break down into sauce bottles, and then I want that to be able to be broken down into how much I put on every taco. So it saves me time. I don't have to put down every ingredient in a sauce every time I make a new recipe. Let's say I use a béarnaise sauce. I don't want to type in all the ingredients every time I make a dish in my menu to rebuild that every time. This wouldn't save you any time, so that's why we have these here. So we're going to go into the bang bang sauce. We're going to create it. Let's just say it has some mayo in there, and we use 3 gallons, not grams. That's what G is. And we use some sweet chili sauce. Let's say we use 154 fluid ounces of sweet chili sauce. Then say we use a little sriracha, and we use, let's say, 28 ounces. Fluid ounces, sorry, not dry ounces of the sauce. Okay, so I'm done with creating my bang bang sauce. All I have to do to add it is open the control panel again, or click up top because I've already got one open. Oh, and that's just telling me that I've got one open already. I can click one open. It will allow you to open more, but it just errored out there. We'll click rebuild list. What it's going to do now is it's going to add my recipe for bang bang sauce to usable items ingredients list. Now I can use bang bang sauce as an ingredient now. So if I basically go down here to my sweet and spicy pork taco, let's add some pork to it. These are things that are already in my giant catalog. That's why I'm able to drop them down. And I want 2 ounces of pork. I want a tortilla. So I'm going to put 1 each. So as you can see, I did 2 ounces of pork. I did 1 each tortilla. I want some white onion in there. Again, these are all ingredients that are in my catalog that are back here that I added in earlier, and it's breaking them down for me to use them now. Now I've got white onions. I've got, let's say I do 1/2 ounce of onions, and then I have some cilantro on there, and then I've got, let's say, 1/2 ounce of cilantro on there, and then let's say I use that bang bang sauce that we just created, and now it's going to be able to price that in for me. And I do a fluid ounce now, not wet measurement, not dry. And it puts that on there. So I've got the tortilla, the meat, some onion, some cilantro, some sauce. Let's say I garnish it with a looker sauce, like some regular sriracha, sweet and spicy. And I'm going to do a 1/2 ounce, just 1 line of sriracha on there. Now I've got my total price. Now this is where we change the category setting from earlier back in page 2 on settings. We want it to be an entree. Should change the food cost to 30%. Tell me my individual price. So this means that I'm going to use this for any time I'm selling 1 of something. And I don't want to add to-go pricing to everything. Like I don't put 3 items in 3 bags. I put 1 bag with all the items to go, right? So let's say I'm selling 3 tacos for X amount of price. I would use this times 3 and then just add 1 of these to it. Your final menu is going to use this price right here. Okay, so once I'm done, I'm going to open the control panel or go up to the one we've already got open and hit rebuild list, and now I'm done. So I've created my base card, created my sauce card, and go back to my menu tab now here at the bottom, which we've not looked at yet, and it should have my steak taco, which is the demo one that we already had on there, and the newly created sweet and spicy taco, its price, and then we'll have a continuing list of all the bases and sauces in our usable kitchen. Okay, now let's say hypothetically I don't want to sell my steak taco anymore. I just right click it, I hit delete, yes, I want to delete it, and I don't want the sauce from that taco anymore, so I'm going to right click it, I'm going to delete it, hit OK, and now I just need to rebuild my list one more time because as you can see they're still on my menu, but I have to tell it, you know what, those are no longer on my menu. So we're going to open the control panel, and we're going to rebuild the list. And now it's going to basically say, okay, well your menu is updated, it's live, so we got rid of the sauce, and it'll get rid of the taco here in just a moment. as you can see now, we've got the one taco, the one price, and the one sauce that are still active in our live menu engine. Okay, so as you get like 20 or 30 items, and over time, you use the menu engineering matrix and you decide, hey, this item's not selling right. Let's get rid of it. You just right click it, delete it, and update it. And this will always be your live menu at your kitchen. You never have to rebuild any bases or sauces. It's simply one thing you would have to do once a week, once a month, whatever you decide. Is come back in here and just change this row only. That's all you ever have to do again in the future. And then your menu for your restaurant will always update right here, and you'll never have to worry about pricing or vendor creep or delivery pricing. It'll tell you all of that. Okay, any further questions, just contact us at contact@restaurants with an S profitsystems.com.